Hello and welcome back to another weekly podcast. I'm still Jack Revis and I'm joined again this week by Robin Moore, Kim Ritchie, even though she's not on video this week, and we're also joined this week by Brad Abraham. It's down there for you. So again, they all work at Revis & Co, so we are all colleagues, I guess. So this week we're going to be talking about the coronavirus job retention scheme and furloughed workers, which is a word I don't want to hear much more once this is all over, but that's a story for another day. So I guess we'll get straight into it. So what are your thoughts, guys, like on the grant when it was first announced? That's probably almost a month ago now. So what did you think of it? What did you think like your clients were going to think? Or, so what were your thoughts really? So who wants to chip in first?
Me, Kim. Okay. I thought it was really good because obviously when everything first got released, I probably wasn't the only one, but I panicked about my job, what was going to happen. All I could think of was, oh my God, we're going to shut. I'm going to have no money. Just panic. Didn't really think about working from home or that kind of thing. So when they did come up with the 80%, I thought, you know what? 80% when you're not even working is amazing. I would have been happy if I was off not working, kind of sitting at home, getting my 80%. And I do think, I know it's still a 20% cut, but apart from online shopping, you're not going out as much to spend money.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you're not working, are you? So,
getting to work and things like that.
Yeah, definitely. So you're not actually working, so 80% of your standard pay is really good, isn't it? Really?
So I think if I was furloughed, I'd think the grant would be good for me.
Yeah, definitely. Okay.
Yeah.
Robin, your thoughts?
Yeah, I thought it was good. I thought it was really good, but I was a bit like apprehensive of how it would work, like how you'd actually get the 80%, how long it would take and everything.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so it did take a little while for it to actually start happening, I guess, didn't it? So
yeah,
a month or so to build it, but I guess they were building a brand.
I think it might seem like a while for us, but I think if you're in HMRC, it probably seems like it's come around really quick. And I think to build a whole new process system, legislation, all that stuff, it's been quick.
Yeah, definitely. Brad, what your thoughts? What was your first thinking like?
I think it does its job really, doesn't it? It allows people after this all blows over can return to their jobs. So I suppose it allows people to still keep their jobs and get paid for it for the time being, and not actually cost the employer anything. Just having the 80%.
Yeah, it's obviously it's keeping the unemployment rate down, which is definitely what people want. To have a boom of unemployment in this kind of time would be terrible, would be really awful. So as you said, it's keeping people employed, it's stopping people getting laid off, made redundant, or any of that sort of stuff really, which I think is really, really good. So yeah, when it first came out and they start talking about it, I don't know if you remember, but I was sat on our Facebook and Twitter just absolutely smashing out some stuff about what they were saying at the podium. So I think it was really quite exciting when they started announcing all that, which was really good. Okay, perfect. So this is a question for you, because I know my answer, but did any of you actually ever heard of a furloughed worker? Ever heard of that term before in your life?
No, never.
I thought it was like a new made-up word.
Yeah, I thought it was something new that they brought in. Yeah. I didn't know that happened before.
No, yeah.
Well, none of us knew how to say it, did we?
No, we didn't know how to say it. We had to Google what it meant and all this. So that was quite an interesting one when they said, oh yeah, you've got to designate your employees as furloughed workers. It's like, okay, great. What is that? Like,
what the hell is it? Yeah.
What we actually know. But that was fine. Like, yeah, and then furloughed of like, actually, am I saying this correctly? Am I not? But I used that speech thing on Google to make sure I was
So did I. Yeah.
Actually, okay, cool. I was just curious if anybody else heard that or not, but okay. So obviously once the scheme started getting rolling out and all that sort of stuff, what were your clients' first thoughts? Do you know, like, what were they thinking about it? Did they say much about it to you? I know I was talking to most clients about it all, but what did you guys get from any of your clients? Really?
No one's really said anything to me about it. I think they just seem happy enough that we're going to do what needs to be done, really. I know some of them started setting up their government gateways, but as soon as they knew we could do it, that was a sort of relief for them.
Yeah.
But I think all they're really focused on is getting the 80% into their bank. So I don't think they're worried so much about how the scheme is going to be done, because we're doing that for them. That's for my clients anyway.
Okay. Anyone else? Anyone talk to you guys about it, or?
Yeah,
I've spoke to. I'm sorry, go on.
Mine were like, they're all right. I think like employers were better than directors. I think directors got a bit confused because it was all like very conflicting information at the start for them.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think they were a bit confused, but it seems to be all right now. Like as we've actually done the claims, it's gotten better, I think.
Yeah,
for them.
definitely. Okay. You, Brad, or?
Yeah, I think it also sort of benefits both the employee and the employer together. So they can sort of pick up where they left off at the end of it, and still sort of going about it daily.
Yeah. So so that's what I think really like. When I first started talking to people about it, because obviously I was talking to most people, sending out emails, doing a couple of webinars and all that about it. The feedback was basically a lot of them are very pleased it was there, that it was available to them. A few of them thought, it's a shame it's not available sooner. As Kim said earlier, they did have to build a whole new portal. So considering it's happened in this amount of time, it's actually really quite good anyway. But I think they were definitely pleased that was happening. As you said, Ron, as well, the directors, it wasn't quite clear at the start whether they could be included or not, which obviously they can now. So that was all sorted out. Definitely there was, a bit of an unknown at one point, what we're going to do with directors, do this or, so there was a few things there, but okay. All right, so with that then, so what about actually furloughing employees and directors themselves? So what were your thoughts on that? And like, did you have many people ask you about this? Like directors, they ask you, is it a good idea for me to furlough? Or, what do I do? Or anybody want to think on that one?
I think for directors, it was sort of a harder choice for them if they were just working on their own, because then if they were furloughing themselves, and if they had like subcontractors or whatever working for them, then they wouldn't be able to carry on with them duties. But I feel like if you had the employees, then the government sort of stepped in and sort of said, you've got to furlough your employees.
Yeah, definitely. I think the directors, as you say, was a bit of a tougher decision because they can't do anything that can bring in any kind of income if they're going to furlough themselves. So it was weighing up that option of actually, can you do more work to bring in more income and not furlough yourself, or should you furlough and bring in that income that way? So it was a tough decision, I'd say, for a lot of them. Then I've got a few conversations with a few of them, just sort of about, pros and cons. A few of them did decide, actually, I'm going to take this time to spend on a few other things. I know, like one of your clients, Kim, they decided, actually, I'm not going to furlough myself. I'm going to take this time and concentrate on the business. So what was it they did, Kim? Done a few
building their website, because they're always out on the road with their retail or in their storage, then they haven't got the time to be sat in front of a computer doing that, and just no time at all. So at the moment, he can devote all his time to doing that, and it's something he's been wanting to do for so long and not had the chance, that now's the perfect time, and it's going to help him so much in the long run.
Yeah, definitely. So for them, more than worth it, trying to get them online, get that there. They can actually then start generating some sales potentially, because people, if they're selling products, people still are buying products at the moment, if you can get it to them, basically.
Yeah.
So, about you, Robin, any thoughts on that one?
Yeah, I think everyone was all right with it. I think it was more like the letters that everyone had to send out that they were getting confused about.
Yeah.
Especially directors, in terms of like doing it for themselves.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, get that agreement. I agree with myself that I'm going to be furloughed. It's an odd one.
Yeah, like putting it to yourself from yourself. Like it's really strange.
Yeah, they definitely did, a few of them, and I did get a few questions like, "Are you serious? You want a kind of
what am I meant to write?" kind of thing.
Yeah. So, but it's just there, in case they ever need in the future, it's all documented properly. So if you are going to be furloughed, you've got to make sure it's fully legit. Put it simply, I guess. But so I think the majority of them have found it all right. Obviously we've been there throughout the whole time, helping them out with it all, trying to get them where they need to be. Okay, that's fine then. But so the last question, which I think we can talk about a little bit. So yesterday the portal opened for the applications for the coronavirus job retention scheme, so we could actually start applying for this grant for our clients. So we did decide that we're going to apply for all of our clients for them, so they didn't have to worry as soon as we knew we could. Because I can't remember who said earlier, we were starting to say set up a government gateway because you might have to do it yourself, but we could do them all yesterday. So the portal opened and we started doing claims. So basically, I'm intrigued on how you guys found doing the claims, what you thought of the systems there, and basically just the overall process of those claims. I don't know, who fancies chipping in first?
Okay, I'll go. So HMRC's online portal is really good and it's very easy to fill out. However, the calculations to get to for putting the figures in is extremely difficult because people didn't furlough just easily on the first of the month for monthlies or at the end of a week. So we've had to work out ways how to do that. And it's been really complicated and it's been trial and error, but we definitely got there in the end. I think we thought it would be easier than it was maybe. And then we learned as we went along.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Brad's got any thoughts on the portal or anything?
I think once, like as Kim says, once you've got the figures, it's easy as, but it's just getting to the point where you have them and can put them through.
Yeah, definitely. Robin, anything else?
I feel like the portal was so easy. You started to second guess yourself.
Yeah.
Because it was too easy to be something on that scale, like such a large scheme. I just thought it was a bit confusing, but I think we all got there in the end.
Yeah.
And
I'm still getting there. I've still got more to do.
Still getting there. Yeah, as you say, I think for once HMRC have actually done a really, really good job with this portal.
Yeah.
Like I've been a really good job considering the time frame they've built this whole new system.
Exactly.
And, you know, I was expecting it to be a standard HMRC. You know, it wasn't going to work. It was going to crash. You know, it was going to be really hard to jump through all these hoops to get there. But it was a nice and simple, easy to do portal to follow through. So fair play to them on that one. But yeah, just to echo again, the calculations they were difficult for the March payrolls. As soon as we got into April, they were pretty simple because it was a whole month. Those March ones, they did take a while, especially on the bigger ones and the weekly payrolls. It was hard. Like we were trying to set up a spreadsheet, we were just trying it all just to type in the figures and it would just do it. But it wasn't quite like that. It doesn't.
It was quite straightforward.
Yeah, no, it wasn't as easy of just pumping them into a spreadsheet and throwing up the answers for you, unfortunately. But otherwise, I think on the whole, I think it was all right. I think.
I think it was really good that you could claim for April as well.
Yes.
Yeah. Like it wasn't just March.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because some clients were worried about sort of cash flow and how they would pay that. So that's good. It hopefully should be in before that date comes around. Yeah,
definitely. So the money, once the claim goes in, the money should be with you within 6 working days. So as we did the claims yesterday, it should, as I said, can be ready for most like month-end payrolls. Some people do pay, say, like 25th or 28th or something, so they might just miss out on that, but it won't be far after. But all the ones that pay at the end of the month, they'll be fine because the money should be there ready to pay their employees, which keep the employees happy, which is really good. And everybody employs and everything. So I think that'll be the same for next month. We'll get those claims put in just before the end of the month, so it's all there ready for one basically. Okay. So anything else anybody wants to touch on with like the coronavirus job retention scheme? So it's quite a big scheme and like furloughed workers and all that. It's quite big. But anyone got anything they want to input on that? No. Okay. Well, I think overall, though, sorry?
No, not at the minute, but it'll be interesting when it all comes through what people think of it, what the employers think of when the money comes through, and you know, because some of them are quite big sums because you've done it over so many weeks and everything. So
yeah, definitely. So definitely have to talk to a few of them, see what they say. And obviously that money they receive has to be used for the wages. It can't be used for anything else. So, but we'll start talking to some of our clients over the next few weeks. But definitely next week once they actually receive the money, just see what they say. Really, fingers crossed it all goes as smoothly as it should. They get it and it gets paid out nice and easily. But only time will tell, I guess, that one. But fingers crossed. But I think, I think we've all hit nail on the head today with that. The coronavirus job retention scheme, really good scheme. I think overall, furloughing employees and all that, I think it has worked well. And I think without it, the economy would have taken quite a big hit. A lot of unemployed. A lot of people would have ended up on, say, universal credits or anything like that. And I think just a lot of business, I guess, would just go under. Just no longer would exist, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So one other thing to note as well, actually, it has been extended. So it was a scheme that was 3 months. It's now 4 months. So there is actually an extra month now that clients and employers can claim for, which is quite good. So I think they're monitoring that on an ongoing, so just to see sort of when it will stop, I guess. But at the moment, I can't see it ending too soon. So and
I do think as well, like, I know there's so many people with different opinions, but I think as the government, whether you voted them or not, whether you like Boris or whoever, Rishi, whatever, I think what they've done for people right now is amazing. And I do think as well, they're putting so much money out for people that if all we need to do is stay in, we should stay in.
Yeah.
We shouldn't be taking that money and then going about our daily life as normal.
Definitely not. So no, it's good. The grants and everything they have put in place for businesses, self-employed, and all that is really good. So but that'll be next week. It's the self-employed. We'll be talking about that. So I don't have too much from that one yet. So I think that would be it then from us today. I think it was quite a good little catch up again. Hopefully people will get something out of this. So until next week, I guess. We're going to be releasing these now every Wednesday and weekly for, I don't know, however long we can keep thinking about some topics really to talk about. So as I said last week, we might try and get some special guests in who are outside, like some clients or some app partners or anyone like that. And but we'll go from there. So perfect. Anybody else want to chip anything in, or are we all good?
Cool.
No, that's cool.
Oh, perfect. All right then, cool. Well, thank you everyone for watching, and we will catch you soon.
Bye.
Bye.